I'm so excited about this podcast. I sit down with Alfredo Carvajal, who is a real estate developer, but a true wellness expert. His experience goes several years working with the top companies, resorts, and we talk about wellness. What does wellness mean? And how he's relating it to the real estate world here in San Miguel de Allende, in Los Cabos, and in Tecate at Rancho La Puerta. Take a listen. You're really going to like this one. Alfredo, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Nick. What a pleasure to be here with you.
You know, I just did a podcast yesterday, and it was my first in San Miguel de Allende.
Wow.
So you're number two.
I'm number two. The second one? Oh,
yes.
What an honor.
For those that don't know you, which at least our audience probably doesn't know who you are, why don't you give us a little background?
Excellent. Well, I've been very privileged to have been exposed to a lot of great companies here, especially in the U.S. Travel luxury, from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line to the Walt Disney Company to wellness, Ritz-Carlton and the hospitality side. Mm-hmm. And on the wellness side, with a couple of great companies there in the U.S., one of them being Rancho La Puerta, now on a new project, but in the past I used to work for Canyon Ranch. So great experiences, great opportunities to learn. Also work with a big consulting firm, one of the largest in the world, that basically amenitize hotels and destinations from multiple brands, great brands around the world, from Bulgari, Ritz, and some other brands.
What's the name of that?
That was WTS International. That was sold to a company called Arch Amenities.
Okay.
That is based in New York. I think New York, and also in Washington, D.C.
And your capacity, your role with those companies and
projects? I did
projects?
everything. And the last one, actually, one company I forgot to mention was Delos, where I was in charge of the hospitality side of the business, and then actually expanding the business to other wellness components. But great experience, fantastic company. The World Building Standard was created by that company and is all over the world now with the World Building Institute. Mm-hmm. So an exciting thing to learn more about the effects of wellness in real estate, or medical intentions, right, and health intentions in real estate. So that's what I did. And my roles in those companies, all from managerial roles to executive roles to advisory roles. So I've done a little bit of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And recently, or in the past few years, you've kind of transitioned, still involved heavily in that industry, wellness, but you ventured into the private sector of sorts in terms of real estate development.
Yes.
On your own, creating your own projects.
Correct.
And the first one of its kind that you did?
So the first one that we had is Rancho La Puerta. The residences at Rancho La Puerta. Great project right next to me, the premier destination in Mexico and North America when it comes to the kind of wellness that they provide. When you arrive there, it is really, truly a healing place. World-class hiking, but the classes, the content, you can take 50 classes a day, 50 different things that you could do. Great food. The principles of the company are very much into sustainability, and they don't even talk about it. They practice it every day, whatever decision they make. So fantastic group of people. One thing that I found in love about that project is the people, because they already had a community, so built a community right next to it, a neighboring community, was something really special, because it came with a built-in family in a certain way. So our sales went through the roof there. We launched during the pandemic, and people were looking for places to go. And so I understood the value of wellness on that project. So it was a fantastic opportunity for me to learn from the best in the world when it comes to wellness programming and wellness destination, and combine it with real estate.
And where is that located?
It's located in Tecate, Mexico, Baja California. A lot of people know about the Valle de Guadalupe, which is the wine region of Mexico, 45 minutes from there. If you take a car, it's literally 1 hour from the San Diego airport.
Okay.
So you can arrive in San Diego in an hour and be there.
Are the majority of the clientele from the United States?
Yes, the vast majority. Very few, I think there's a few Canadians, but the majority are U.S. from all over the U.S., California, New York, guests that come from all over the country. Chicago too, yeah.
You mentioned wellness. You've been in the industry for a while. What does wellness mean to you?
To me, it's a way of living, and it's a way of finding your own identity behind it. Because for some people, wellness will be, I get 3 massages a week, I exercise, and I do so and so. But whatever makes you feel complete, in balance, and whatever gets the best out of you, when you feel energized in the morning, when you have a great night's sleep, when you are centered, when your thoughts come easily to your mind, where you are inspired, when you're creative. That, to me, when you achieve that, you need to have certain things to work at the same time. Your brain, your body, your mental acuity, and most of all, where's your heart, where are your feelings, how you feel about yourself. So that's, to me, is wellness. It's hard to define, people trying to niche it into one thing. And I think it's a feeling, it's a lifestyle.
Well, you were mentioning Rancho La Puerta. It had a built-in community. And
Yes.
that's a big part of it too.
Huge.
And so taking the success and the history of Rancho La Puerta, where are you moving with the wellness concept in other parts of Mexico or the United States?
So the projects that we are engaged or personally engaged with as a consultant, those projects are looking to have a differentiation to offer to their buyers, their clients. And they are looking beyond the typical. A lot of people have called their destination a wellness destination because they have a running trail, a good gym, and a spa. And there is no detriment to that. They all add to your personal well-being. But they are not wellness destinations. They don't have an intention that is so alive that in every interaction that you have, even your home, those interactions come in touch with you. So everything that you do is, or experience, is contributing to your health, to your well-being. And that is something that we've been working on right now in projects to trying to translate that, I would say that goal into active things that you can do. And believe it or not, they're not that expensive. Everybody can have their own take into stuff to create differentiation between one product and the other. I think well-being is probably something that we cannot live without now in wellness. And every company is going to have to find a way, or every project going to have to find a way to bring a portion of that into their place.
Give me some examples of wellness with real estate that you're seeing, old trends, new trends, and the trends that aren't trends because they're a staple that real estate developers or projects have.
So old trends was to bring an external company to rent a space, whatever, and even for a while they thought salons were probably the wellness expression. And probably they are for many people, but the reality, it was not intentional. It was something that you're trying to fill a space and then said that you have a wellness component in your building. The next trend was to build fitness. And I think people are getting more and more sophisticated on that. It's not how much equipment you have, but what you have that serves a purpose for the people that live in that building or uses that building in the case of commercial real estate. I think that, so fitness, spa, sometimes they brought chiropractors and stuff like that into the mix. They created some beautiful entrances. Then biophilia started being incorporated. When I was at Delos, there was a lot of examples of projects that we did that my colleagues were advising people to bring multiple aspects of well-being, from having access to food, to clean food, good food, great quality air, which is a huge deal now with COVID. Having water. Whenever you refill your bottle of water, you have to traverse a building from one side to the other. So things to make things available to people. I think that's when the change started happening. And now developers, I think, understood that they can make wellness happen in a way that could be a little bit more sophisticated. It's beyond the building. Yeah, you can have a spa, beautiful. You can have a beautiful fitness center now with the latest trends and everything. But when you start incorporating, for example, something's community, in the case of a real estate development, gathering places for people to informally bring a bottle of wine. We all did it during the pandemic.
Right.
I have neighborhood parties in the middle of the road.
Right.
We did that, and I think it's something that we're missing. As you know, people sometimes find messages and friendship in strangest places. People find church inside of a bicycle studio, like we know companies that did that for a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that component of bringing the synergy, the new thing that's coming is bringing community, is giving also access to people to experiences that also contribute to their well-being. And one huge thing is what you do in the built environment and the home. How you make that bedroom be the best bedroom for your sleep. How that bedroom can contribute to your health.
Yeah.
Instead to be just beautiful, you're married, so you know what I'm talking about. You don't need to have 50 pillows on your bed. That's not going to contribute to your health. They look beautiful, or people that replace their mattresses. We were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Once every 20 years, you replace your car probably every year, but your mattress 20 years. So little intentions, little things that you can do. And developers are bringing that into fruition now, that you can make that bedroom be a perfect place for your health. And the same for your kitchen, areas in your house. If you have a home office, make it healthier. Stand-up desk in your home office so you can move, have a timer so you can use different techniques to try to keep movement in between your work. There's so many things that you can do. We can get really busy on a long conversation, but I feel if you just find a few things, and instead, what we have done in our projects, instead to be thinking this from the outside and say, what we plug on this, we start from the beginning. Okay, you're Nick and your wife, great lady, and I'll say the two of you go on vacation. How would you like to be your experience from the moment they call you to tell you have a reservation or they send you that email? What is the next interaction? What is the next interaction? What happened when you arrived? The sense of arrival we discuss. How we start slowing down the world for you, you know what I mean, as you arrive. So how we start making you feel that you're on vacation. When I was in cruise lines, people didn't get into the vacation mode probably until the second or third day because they were coming out from a plane, unloading, trying to figure out what to do.
Super stressed.
So the guys that really, the luxury level services are trying to find the time to accelerate your arrival into that vacation mode. So that experience lasts longer for the same period of time. And the value happens during the entire experience. It's not that you have to go to the spa to experience wellness. You experience it in your cabin, you experience it in your room, with the interaction with people. The fitness class have something different that you learn, things like that.
So back when you were on the cruise line, what kind of things would you do for wellness?
The cruise line industry has evolved tremendously. Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, the companies that I work with, they were fantastic because they were adopting things that were on the time and on trend. It was the gym. Before used to be stingy, smelly, dark,
like a back closet.
The back part of the ship. Now in the front of the ship with the best windows. Looking at, they're inspiring. The equipment, you never wait for equipment. They have more equipment than a regular gym, but the spas inside of a cruise ship, they have full experiences, water therapy, thermal experiences, different experiences when it comes to the treatment side. You can go to a real barbershop, and now they're bringing doctors on board to have medical services done on board, or medical stuff from skincare or advanced aesthetic stuff or Botox. But now they're doing some other functional things about posture. Even you can get your foot measured for plantails. If you have bad posture, they do it on board and they have it delivered to your home. So there is so much wellness entering that industry on the cruise side, but also hotels are going in that direction too.
And you've consulted hotels also.
Hotels, different industries, and now I'm on the side of residential real estate, which is, I think, and also hospitality, a combination of both, because here we have both, and Rancho the same, where we can do things differently to try to also go to the next level now, because we're trying to not copy anybody. We're trying to do something that nobody has done.
You know, we met not that long ago, right? Just last year, a few months back. And for those of you that don't know, we were introduced because of a project that you're going to do in Cabo.
Correct.
And now we're in San Miguel. Tell everyone why I'm here.
So not because you're a good looking man, and you're a fantastic person. I think it goes more in that direction. I think that what I really enjoy personally as an individual is I felt very welcome by your team, first remotely, the second in person. Then I realized the quality of team that you have amassed. So a lot of people sell real estate, but I think the quality of your experience also it started from the moment I entered your office and the moment the way I was treated and the excitement that I felt from your team. They got it immediately. You can explain wellness real estate to people, and there's people that at the end of the 1 hour conversation, you better probably have gone and grab a cup of coffee somewhere else, and you will have probably better time because that person will not get it.
Right.
But you got it right away. Your team got it right away. And I think you are looking for stuff like that because you're already engaged with other projects that are already bringing that on board.
Correct.
So there was a lot of synergy.
Right.
And I think because of your lifestyle, you are 85 years old? No, but I couldn't believe your age when you give it to me. We're not going to say it now, but I feel that there is a great opportunity to share with people things that we can do every single day.
Right.
What we can do at home, what we can do in the office, what we can do when we travel, when we have vacation, to be healthier and feel better and last longer for our families, take care of our children, don't leave the people with travels behind, and also live a healthier and more joyful life and be more productive. You understood that, and I think you live it. That's another thing. And your team members, several of your team members also go and leave that. So I thought it was and I believe it today more than ever, there is a match made in heaven because to sell this kind of projects to an audience that is looking for it, because I feel there's more and more people after the pandemic that instead to invest in big houses, they want to invest in their health. Yeah. And now they want houses and health. Yeah. So because I feel that the real wealth is in your health. And at the end of the day, you can be the most rich person in the world, but if you don't have health, you probably got almost nothing. Yep. And now what we are discovering that it's not about living longer. Those people, I want to live to 100.
The lifespan.
No, it's the health span.
Correct.
The lifespan against the health span. I think that's the next evolution, and that's what we want to do in our projects and bring some of that into real estate.
Yeah. No, we had dinner last night. It was a joke that one of us made. It was some study or someone made an observation. The more sick you are, you tend to live longer, or because you are going to the doctor and to the hospital. And then when you're super healthy, a lot of times you get sick and you die.
Yeah, you know what? It was not a negative connotation. Actually, I think that comment is true. There is people that they live until they're 80.
Right.
But if you're not taking care of yourself, probably from 60 to 80, you're going to be at the hospital.
Horrible.
You're going to spend
immobile
a ton of money. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be covered with medicine. But what kind of lifestyle is that?
Right.
The cool thing, if you're going to live until 80, let me get sick the last 2 months before
and then you get sick and then you pass away.
Like when Paco said, the secret to live until 100 is that you start taking care of yourself when you become 99. So it's pretty much that. Like that's a joke, but what I'm trying to say is you can live until 80 or 90, but trying to make that life the most enjoyable life. You don't want to be miserable for 10, 15, 5 years even. Right. And whatever you can do to invest in your health is really an investment in the last time, on the last moments of your life. You're gonna probably, but the healthy people, they get sick and they go away. But it's happened fast, and they last normally a long time. Yeah. And it's because also, forget about genetics, factors, and all that. We can talk about it for hours. But the average human being, if you take care of yourself, you invest in not only in today, but you invest in the future.
So just to marvel the listeners and the viewers, your experience with different groups, different projects, I mean, you've been graced with some amazing people, famous people, very important people. Talk to us about that.
Well, we have the chance to a couple of companies to serve people from the luxury companies that I work with, very famous people, and to see what they were looking at, what the people that don't have a lot of time, but they have the capacity to pay for stuff, but what they don't have is time. what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Or people that don't want to show off, people that want to, and ranch is a lot of people, very wealthy people, but they wear one uniforms, North Face or Patagonia. That's all that they wear. And you don't know who's rich and who's not. And that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that I worked also with people that probably the gurus are, we're not saying names because I don't like to offend anybody.
But what projects? Like projects?
Projects. We work with big brands. For example, I have the chance and the luxury to work with brands like Bulgari, the Bulgari brand.
What does Bulgari, I know.
Bulgari
like
hotels.
Hotels?
Yeah, there's hotels. And all the, you would believe, Armani has hotels, Bulgari has hotels.
Where
all
do
of
they
the
have
luxury
hotels?
And Dubai, the Burj Al Khalifa is sold. Is Armani Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
You worked on that?
No. I visited there, but I went to visit it. I got to see. I also learned a lot from there. But projects in Bali and different parts of the world. Also, the idea of bringing brands into small boutique places. So what do you do when you don't have a lot of space, but you want to create an experience that's fantastic? With La Mer, when we brought him into the Baccarat Hotel, to create a wellness little component, but it was like a little jewel box, and that's what it is. And it became one of the best spas in town. And multiple brands all over the world. I got to experience also things in the area of meditation, personal experiences through transcendental meditation, and all that, what that group does. Meet with other, the gurus of wellness that I admire, Deepak Chopra and other people through friends that introduced me to them. And famous actors and people like that are all very, believe it or not, the people that I have met are people that are very subdued. No, they don't boast who they are. They're very quiet. They want to be invisible sometimes.
Right.
And they love to take care of themselves because they know that to be prepared for a role or for a project or for everything, the best that your body and your mind is, the better you're going to perform. So whatever you invest on that, or if your home helps you, or if the vacation helps you, you're investing in yourself. And that's the investment probably with the most ROI, I would say. The investment with the most return investment is probably your health.
Yeah, because you're going to think better, you're going to move better, you're going to live better.
Yeah,
and
perform better. For whoever cares about that, you don't need to be an athlete. Anything that you do in life requires that your equipment from here to here to here was in good shape. Is in good shape. So.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about the project that we're in right now?
Absolutely.
San Miguel?
This is, as you know, is a pride and joy of our company because we are building here something different. Obviously, already this is an established location that was built from the ground up. This was nothing here. And now in San Miguel de Allende, some of the viewers today know that is probably the #1 small city in the world, 4 or 5 years in a row by Condé Nast, Travel and Leisure. Everybody knows what San Miguel de Allende is, even if they never visited. But I will say, this is the most European town, or the all Europe town, that you can find probably in the North American continent.
Yeah, it's incredible, the downtown area.
In North America. Probably this is an amazing place. It takes you back in time, but also has the best of Mexico. Reflected there, the traditions, the culture, the music, the food, the smell, everything. So there is so much in this town that is a World Heritage Site. Yeah. So one of the amazing things is that in this particular location, because we wanted to build a vineyard, and that the vineyard that was done by a very famous family here in Mexico, they put so much effort, time, in building something magnificent, and all the wines are winning medals, as you saw, and they do great. So this place is 80% wine production, 20% residential. So you live in a vineyard. Yeah. So it's a beautiful landscape. You have room to roam. Something that you don't have downtown San Miguel is beautiful, but it's compressed.
Very
because
tight streets, sidewalks.
If you like walking, there's a lot of cobblestones, so it's okay for one day, but for a lifetime, that's probably a little bit difficult for some people. But in the long term, a place like also allows you through our concept that we're going to be launching of the clubhouse downtown and a transportation bridge that in 13 minutes you can be downtown and you can be put right there with a concierge that can book your reservations.
Right.
You can stop by in that place, leave your bags up to going shopping, then going for dinner, then get picked up. You don't have to worry about drinking beautiful, delicious wine. And you come back here, and here you have a space. If you want lifestyle food, there's nothing better than San Miguel. They have everything there. One of the best rooftops in the world is there in San Miguel. And it's come back in several magazines. And I'll say there's so much to do that every time that I stop in San Miguel, I discover something new. From shopping, arts. We'll talk about the artist community here is huge. And everything you can find from paintings, sculptures, furniture, whatever you want. The other part, we don't want to replace that. So what we wanted to do is create the best environment for you to enjoy it. So you can be in town or you can get out of town.
Yeah.
You know?
But still less than 15 minutes away.
And less than 15 minutes away. So on top of what is already here, we're building these beautiful homes. And we're going to be building also some other units that will be beautiful, gorgeous. They're going to reflect a little bit of the spirit of San Miguel. But the great thing is it will be an affordable price, but it would be, I would say, an affordable luxury.
Yeah.
We still want to bring that feeling of that accomplishment and beauty and everything in what we're going to be putting there, but also adding one factor that nobody else has, which is wellness. But wellness taken to another level. We will have a spa, and a very beautiful, well-known brand spa will be here. And next to it, we are building a clinic, a regenerative medicine clinic, where we're going to grab all of the knowledge that exists, the best-in-class products and treatments and protocols to be able to do treatments that you cannot do in the U.S.
For example?
Stem cell treatments. For example, people that have pain or they endure certain, certain kind of issues, medical issues, or even for overall well-being, we'll be able to analyze. If you need it, you'll need it. If you need a safe place to have a treatment in a beautiful environment.
Right, in a vineyard.
In a vineyard with great food, with a peaceful location where you have hiking, you have everything you want to do, you can do it here. This would be a perfect place to come and have your treatment and come back in a super safe, beautiful environment. At night, having dinner at San Miguel de Allende. So the goal here is to do the treatments that you have to travel all over the world to get them done.
For example, where would you go?
Munich, outside Munich in Germany, in Switzerland, or in Panama or Costa Rica.
Okay.
But the difference with those places is the location we're going to have, the quality of the products, where we get certain components like stem cells. We're going to be doing PRP, plaquette-rich blood, and we're going to have also treatments with hormone replacement, bioidentical hormone replacement. We're going to have treatments, vitamin treatments of infusions. We're going to have also, not a chiropractor service, but we're going to have somebody that help you stretch. In which there will be a spa, but this will be assisted stretching, something a little bit further to help you with posture, with pain management. We will have pain management treatments done with doctors on site. We'll have also treatments that have to do with most your feelings. We call them mental well-being, or I will say soul wellness. What we can do is sit down with you and find out the core issues that probably affecting your health and your decisions towards your health. And also, obviously, functional fitness and stuff like that, where we teach you what kind of regimen you should have based on what you do, not what. You're never going to become a bodybuilder. I think none of us have that intention, but I need to pick up bags from a plane when I travel. I need to move certain things in my house. What can I do so I don't get hurt? I don't get injuries and stuff like that. So those kind of things, we'll do it here, but in a state-of-the-art facility with the best service providers in an environment that you will have a lot to do. And I don't know any other place where you can get that done except from places probably in Europe.
Okay, and the American, Canadian clients, there's several flights that are direct into airports around here.
Yes.
So there are two main airports that foreigners will fly into. Leon?
One is Leon, and the other one is Querétaro. And we are probably approximately the same amount of time, a little bit over an hour. And when you arrive directly from those airports, you can fly from Houston, Dallas, LA. So there is many destinations that can fly direct. And even if you do a connection, it's worth the travel. You have to just think, You're almost in the same time zone in most of the U.S. here.
That's
You're in
right.
the middle of the country. Probably one of the most, I would say, balanced climates. Right now, in the middle of the winter, it's nice. It could be a little bit chilly outside, but not as cold as it would be right now in any place in the U.S. this week in particular.
Right. And then during the day, it'll get up to the high 60s, maybe 70.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you can even wear a t-shirt if you want, if you're a Canadian probably, but or somebody from the Rockies. But I would say it's such an amazing town when it comes to weather that a lot of people come to retire here. This is an amazing community of people that come that have been very successful in what they do. I'm amazed the kind of people who move here: actors, corporate CEOs, artists, every
Strong
you can imagine.
expat community.
Strong. This community here, especially for Americans, it's probably borderline 12,000. They have, this is a small town with a U.S. consulate. So there's something why, and I always say, every time I walk around, I think there's a lot of ladies that move here, a lot of women that have been very successful in their careers and they retire here because they love what they experience here. This is a very beautiful place to live.
How do you envision this project, which has several houses, it's built, it has the vineyards, it's producing hundreds of thousands of bottles of production per year, restaurant on site, a train that goes through the project, amazing.
Not at night, but during the day.
I still want to get on that train or see the train.
It's beautiful. It's like an old school train. Yeah.
That's incredible. And then with the wellness center and then residences around it, all within the safe confines of Viñedos San Miguel's gates.
Yes.
How is that going to play with the project you're going to do in Los Cabos?
So I think there's something that is fantastic. It's most of the destination. Mexico has beautiful places, but we have selected 3 locations for particular reasons. One, to be the only, I would say, Rancho La Puerta, and especially the residents of Rancho La Puerta, is the closest luxury real estate development to a U.S. border ever, and there's nothing like it.
You're minutes from the border.
We are 13 minutes from the U.S. border.
13.
1-3, yeah. So I count it. You can go faster probably, but I haven't driven that fast. But I 13 minutes from the border. There is multiple ways to come in and out and back to the U.S. Fantastic location. The hiking there is amazing, and what to say about Rancho and all the classes. Amazing place, healing place, and that's why they've been successful for 83 years. This is an institution. And now Viñedos San Miguel, which probably is the capital of, I would say, one of the cultural capitals of the world, one of the cultural capitals, heritage or historical heritage capital in Mexico. Hence why it's so famous worldwide. But now let's talk about another place that Americans love to go. Because if you want to go to the water, I think there's not a place in Mexico more known or loved by Americans, especially people that are looking at a very relaxed lifestyle. They don't like this is not the people that are going to go that are looking for, I'm going to say something, they're going to hate me, but they're not looking probably for Senor Frogs. They're looking a little bit more sophisticated. Fishing, food, golfing, tennis, huge things there. So there is so much to offer there in a very relaxed town. It's a relaxed town. You feel on vacation when you arrive there. So I feel that Los Cabos is the next stop for us. And for us to create a triangle between Tecate, Mexico, which is really, we're talking Valle de Guadalupe, the wine country right there, San Diego, in the middle there is Tecate. Then here, where we have this beautiful town that we talked about, and then Los Cabos, and connect the 3 of them so people can exchange locations and move around it. I think it's going to be an amazing thing. That gets me very excited. And what gets me excited about Los Cabos is that project is going to be in the water. How many properties now you can develop on the water? You can get off of your apartment and arrive into the water there.
Well, with all the construction and the growth of Los Cabos, that project site, they're on the corridor. It's like the only one.
Yeah.
And people have seen and driven by thousands of times, myself being there now for 19 years, and it's gonna just change the landscape of the corridor. They're on the beach, but once again, as you're doing here with the whole wellness, so it's going to have a wellness center also.
Yes, correct. So when it comes to the entire facilities, Obviously, we're going to have spa services. We're going to have places that you can meet with your service provider, whether it's a doctor, you can review an analysis or diagnostics. We're also looking to work, I don't want to announce it yet because we're in conversation, but with a big diagnostics, probably the best, I would say, top end of diagnostics in the US to send their clients here for the treatments and also for them to enjoy privileges here. But we're talking about bringing the best of the best on the medical field. Be able, for example, if you're going to do vitamins infusion, that you can be in a balcony in front of the vineyards and looking at just green, non-end greens and listening to beautiful music, sipping a cup of tea, or having treatments, the most advanced treatments for regenerative medicine, or just go to a spa to having beautiful treatments. We wanted to have a temazcal, to things that are traditional Mexican, but also combine it with the best of the world and use the culture of wine culture too. That's what we're looking for, a brand that we're going to announce that have the connection with the wine industry worldwide. So that I feel the spa is going to be a beautiful piece of that. And that combined with the fitness center we're going to build is going to be really much an intentional place together with the other amenities that exist here to run, walk. You saw how many miles of walking around here there is, and the hiking trails that we're going to be putting together now. I feel this is going to be a perfect place for people that don't want to remain indoors all the time. But once you see the town, you can take breaks for yourself and really recharge your batteries. And when you want the best of the best, you will go to the fantastic restaurants, the fantastic experiences, or bars, or arts and galleries that exist here in San Miguel. You can get covering that, whatever is enjoyment, food, or great food, or arts, the arts.
Culture,
culture, the festivals that they have here, the celebrations that happen on the streets.
All the time.
In San Miguel, all the time. And then come back to your peaceful, quiet vineyard. This place has no light contamination. I think
stars galore.
This is a dark sky community. Basically, we base it on that concept. So you can really put a telescope in the backyard and you can see the stars. And that's something that you don't find now anymore. So it's going to be that beauty. You can combine the best of San Miguel.
Well,
what gets me excited.
What I like about it is that you have a well-known project in Tecate. This project has been going for a while, not with the wellness, but you're going to add that and additional residences, and then the new residences with wellness also in Cabo. Literally, I can see owners trading places. And that's why you actually currently have fractional owners in Tecate, and you're going to do the same concept here and in Los Cabos.
Correct. And work with a great company, as you know, Elite Alliance, which is based in the US, and they have projects all over the world. So for the person that wants to own, we have plenty of options here to own right a full, and also we'll have options through Elite Alliance to rent your home, so it's producing some revenue for you when you're not here. If you don't want to rent it, no obligation. But at least we have everything controlled by one company that will guarantee that the people coming here will behave, that will do the right things. So we have the value of the property sustained. On the fractional side, that product was created, we call it, it's a residence club in reality. Because it's really fractional. People get confused with timeshare. This is not timeshare. You own a right, a title
deeded.
Of a home, not time, a home. You have time to use it, and Little Lion has a state-of-the-art system for you to pick the times that you want to travel. But that product gives you the flexibility of buying something and not having to deal with, I had to pay the bill for the gas or the internet and the taxes and all that. For the person that probably has the money but doesn't have the time, that's a great product. But they want to come to this destination. They want to come to enjoy and leave. And to make it even better, Elite Alliance has done terrific things to make you feel that when you arrive, you're in your home. So you feel at home. Even your pictures can be set on the places that you tell them to place them. So when you come back or you bring your friends, it looks like you never left. So those details also add to the value of the experience. So whatever you buy a home outright in full, which is also a fantastic thing to do here, or as a fractional, we have something for everybody, depending on your time, availability, your capacity to take more responsibility, less responsibility, and even the homes that you own outright, Elite Alliance can manage them for you, and they will do everything. You don't have to worry about stuff. So that's the beauty of things. We are really delivering turnkey products here.
And I didn't know this until you told me a lot of the stem cell treatments require multiple treatments,
Correct.
right? So like 3 or 4 in a year?
Yeah, depending what protocols are prepared for you. Every person has a different need. But it's not good, for example, if you need to have certain number of stem cell supply, it goes in the millions count.
Yeah.
That it happens on the same treatment. So you have to take a period of time to stop, let your body absorb them,
Yeah.
and in so many ways see the results, analyze your
Yeah.
data, and then continue. And people have to come back year after year because this is a treatment. You have to think about the things that you replace by having a treatment that is successful. I have a personal experience with my knee, and having applied stem cells there and some other things that I've done, I feel the results. And now I don't have to be taking a potent pain medicine anymore.
That has other side effects.
Other side effects. So
right?
when you combine it, you have to take a trip to have a vacation instead to be taking that thing that costs you money and also is messing up with your body. Because in one moment you're going to have side effects. That is a beautiful thing.
Could you see patients, owners say, okay, today I'm doing my treatment, and in 3 months I'm going to do another treatment, but I'm going to go to Cabo and be on the beach. Is that?
Absolutely. For example, you have your home in the rental program, or you are a member of the fractional, or we call it residence club. So the word fractional, again, gets very confused and misused. At the residence club, you can be in your home here, and the next time, you can be at Los Cabos getting the other treatment there. So you can combine. That's a great point, Nick, that you can, I want to be on the beach this time I'm going to get my treatment. I'm going to bring some friends with me.
Yeah.
And in the case of the fractionals, you can even get another unit. In the case of the rental unit, you will get exchange of time, and I need 2 units because I want to bring a larger family.
Right.
So one of the beautiful things about what we're creating here is flexibility, because we don't know the size of your family. Yeah. We don't want to get to details. Sometimes it changes. Sometimes you have an event. So we want to create flexible spaces and ownership opportunities for different people. So the use is also flexible depending on what you need. So
there's so many things that you're working with, like from working with Elite, working with the wellness, working with the gyms, the spas, and of course the real estate also. For our friends in Cabo, you had told me not too long ago that there's a high-end project that's in that Elite program, the Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah,
right?
That's one of the properties that they have in the program, an exchange program.
So if you're like a member in the club, those are that's a network.
That's a network. That's a location that they can use.
Yeah.
And if you go to Italy, there is a beautiful place. I was telling you that place is a castle. I'm trying to remember the name in I think it's Florence.
In Florence.
Gorgeous place. Or I myself will stay at a property it wasn't Big Bear. It was in more up north. Mammoth. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I've just slipped my mind there. I need more sleep. But in Mammoth, the property I stayed with a little alliance was fantastic, and they made me feel like I was a homeowner. So I stayed there. It felt like a home. My unit, I came out of the unit, the gondola was there, and I went up with my skis. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, fantastic. It was a great stay, and I had to say, those are the kind of things you can do with a alliance. There's so much flexibility. If you like golf, some of the best golf destination. Beach, some of the best beach destinations. So there's something for everybody. You can switch it to.
Yeah.
You don't have
There's
to
so much to work with.
Yes.
There's so many options, and we're constantly uncovering. Every meeting you and I are having with the team, it's like another idea.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about this project, the Cabo project. And you said I can go up to Rancho La Puerta also.
Yeah, I would love for you to
that.
visit and see what Rancho is doing and why they're so famous, what they have to repeat. Over 70% of people keep coming back to that place.
So they're doing something right.
Yeah, there's something, 83 years there. Yeah, they're not going to wait. And the founder is over 100 years old.
Come on, are you serious?
And she's still going to work there.
Really?
She still does a presentation once a week or sometimes every 2 weeks, but she's still there. Wow. No, so when you walk there,
you feel it.
The experience tells you the story.
Yeah.
And that's why we are making almost mandatory. Whoever wants to buy a Rancho, we want them to experience Rancho. And we have a way to do it too. The same we want to do here. We want people to come and experience San Miguel. This is such a fantastic place. And I think these are healing places.
Yeah.
What to say when you go on the water in Los Cabos and walk the beach?
No.
There's nothing more healing than that.
There's an energy, a vibe that gives off.
Fantastic energy. Especially imagine sitting in that balcony of that apartment we're going to build there, with the only thing that you see in front of you is the ocean. Blue. And when you get out, you can go run. Yeah. That's one of the few beaches that are long enough, I will say, that you can go walking for miles. So we got a lot of good things going there. We're very blessed. Yeah. And we're very blessed to know you and having found your group, because I feel that we are in complete synergy. Yeah. Thank you.
Alfredo, I look forward to staying in connection, and I don't get to see you often, but we communicate a lot.
Yes.
And we have a lot of cool interests that are very much aligned. And for all of you, stay tuned. We're going to be here in San Miguel a heck of a lot more. And we're soon to launch the Cabo project this year in 2024. And until then, bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronival Real Estate. And follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronival. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronival.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.